game is shooting, we focus, won't miss. That's culture. Check. Can't break down if we rolling, won't quit. That's culture. Check. It's a trend, the moment we in motion, legit. That's culture. Check. Speak loud, no wonder we boating, we lit. That's culture.
Check. What up, world? We're here at episode 3 of the Culture Check.
Number three.
Number three, the magic number.
Yes, it is. Number 3.
Straight Club. You already see right up there. Shout out to 5 minutes.
Here you go.
I had to do it.
Drop your plug,
Shout out
Miles.
to my sisters from Theta Phi Alpha.
See. That's how I
Beta
started
Omega.
Shout out to CP3.
Oh, that's all you
Chris
got?
Paul. Yeah, Chris Paul did some. And Allen Iverson. And
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade.
Oh, okay.
Those are like probably top 5
Okay.
favorite players.
Here you
With the
go.
number 3.
Yeah.
We're on episode 3, but we're also going to be part 2 of our dating and relationship
Yes, we're
topics.
back on that subject.
Oh, yeah, we ain't done yet.
Come on, we going to get real serious with this.
The first part was more of like, like the fun, not fun, but more of like lighthearted stuff about dating.
I was serious still what I said.
We were serious,
I was
but
serious.
we're about to get into some more serious topics that, we all go through and we all struggle through.
Bet.
So, these two are in relationships. So, I'm going to ask y'all, what are your biggest struggles in your relationship right now?
Oh, sheesh. In right now, the one we're dealing with. Well,
Yeah.
I honestly say, and I think Campbell can agree, but it may be something different. But
Don't put me in nothing you
Okay,
got
I'm
going on over there. Don't put me
Right?
in nothing.
You always,
right.
you always be doing that. I
You're
think
right,
y'all
say,
could
come on.
agree. I
I
think
think
Cam
he
could agree.
no,
I
don't
think
put
so
me
could
in
agree.
nothing.
Okay, I'm sorry, my bad.
Anyways, go ahead.
But I would still say communication is something I'm still working on. Like as far as, okay, I feel like you should understand I mean this or assume this.
That's true.
Same, vice versa for her and me as well.
So I
Like,
feel like you and your girlfriend are like complete opposites. Like you're
Oh,
very,
yes.
you're very like she's
am.
very like chill and mellow.
she's
so.
very chill and
finding
mellow
that,
to
like,
herself.
medium?
Exactly.
Okay, got
And
it.
I'm very outgoing and hey, what's up? But as far as when we talk to each other, I thought when we have a conversation about anything about this was going to happen, boom, boom, boom. I feel like we have to go ahead and say detail for detail for detail what's going to happen, because if there's like some blank or some blind spot area, I thought you meant this. No, I did not mean that at all. This is that. So our communication has to be able for us to understand, to know exactly
Each other.
what we really mean. That's the biggest thing I think.
So it just hasn't really been clear with you guys. Sometimes
Yeah,
you just
some
Do you
things
like
just
do you
okay.
like sit down and be like,
That makes sense.
when I say this, I mean it this way. So don't take it personally. Do you go like that, or you just like tell her like how you feel?
I try to tell her like that, and also still, and that's another thing, come with understanding the
Yeah.
person's emotions as well. Like I gotta understand. I may say things in a joking way because I'm a jokester, but it may not be in a joking manner to
joking
her.
manner.
She
To her,
may
yeah.
take it a different way. So I
She has to
gotta
figure out
understand.
her love language, her communication
Exactly.
language.
Still
How
working
long have
on
you
it.
been together?
We've been together. You put me on the spot. No,
I mean,
no, I'm joking. It will be a year coming in
Okay.
July.
so
Actually,
it's like
been a
it's
couple
still
months.
kind of fresh.
Like about 8 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be a year though in July.
I can say that's
We started dating. I made it official actually the day Lion King came out in theaters.
Oh,
with
wow.
Why was there any
Well, here's a
specific
funny
reason?
thing.
I can
Here's
say
a funny
we-
story about this.
That was a great
My
movie.
dad actually, he got their my mom and dad's anniversary is on St. Patrick's Day, and I talked to my dad one-on-one, and I don't know if he was serious or not, but he was like, "Yeah, I made us so we get married on St. Patrick's Day, so I'll never forget the anniversary." And I said, "That's funny." Now my intentions were not
That's smart though.
to forget
I mean-
Because
when
guys
the first
be
time.
forgetting
Yeah, we
a
do.
lot of stuff.
But if anyone ever tries you, so when was the first time? When was the anniversary of you and your girlfriend when y'all got together? Go on Google and look up when Lion King, the live version came out in theaters.
You know what?
That's
That's
the
funny.
day.
That's a smart idea. That's a smart idea.
Did you do that?
Love
Cam?
you, baby.
What
Oh
about
no,
you?
no. I didn't do that at all.
What's your
And,
struggle?
I don't want to say it like it's. Well, I don't want to be cliche about it, but it is communication, but in a different way than what Miles is talking about. So, I guess sometimes we're different but alike in the way that we handle our frustration. So sometimes we might go a few days without saying something to each other.
Okay.
And then she'll say something first, and she was like, "You see how I always say something first?" And I'm like, "No, but I was thinking this too." And she was like, "Yeah, but I said it first." And I'm like, "Well, whatever." And then, or there might be something that I might say in the course of conversation, and she was, "Oh, have you been thinking that the whole time?" I'm like, "No, it might have just came off the top of my head." And then we go on into something else off of that.
So when y'all fight, like y'all like don't talk to each other for 2 days?
it could be we just try and give each other space,
Okay.
but then
do you guys both agree to that? Like, oh, if we're fighting, we give each other space.
See,
Or
that's what
do-
I'm saying.
or is it
It'd be
more like a petty space.
and sometimes you don't want it to be petty, but sometimes if
That's
if
what
I get
happens.
a rude text or something like that or something I don't like, I'm like, oh, she bugging. I'll just stay off for a little minute. I won't say nothing and shit.
Do you ever like just say, you know what, it's not worth it, I'm gonna just text you anyways, or you just like, have you ever
See,
thought about that?
I can be stubborn.
Yeah.
So that I'm saying that my own stubbornness, I'll be like, nah, she tripping. I don't want to hear it. But
But if you, I feel like maybe try, being the bigger person and see.
no,
how
I
that
have
goes.
that. I'm not gonna say this is every time.
Okay.
Some but yeah, that's been a struggle. That's
Yeah,
my
no, I
struggle.
feel that.
But I'm glad you said that about like I try to always avoid arguing. So always,
Yeah,
I hate
ain't-
arguing at all.
I'm not
and she's
trying
the
to-
same way. I thank God for that because she doesn't like to argue. But it's like if there is something that is bothering her or one of us or something, whatever. If I ask like, and women, this is also for y'all too. All y'all can attest to this.
Man.
When we ask y'all what is the problem, and y'all say nothing or y'all don't want to speak about it, and then later down the line, now you want to talk about it, and after I try multiple times to figure out
Can I say
to
something
solve
with
the
that?
problem,
Can
why?
I say that? When women say nothing, like for me, I don't know if it's every woman thinks this way. When a woman says nothing, in my mind, like or in any woman's mind, it's like you should already know the problem. That's how we think. Like if there's an issue between us and something happens, like you should be aware of that. But it can be like it can not like backfire, but it's just like maybe guys don't really know what the problem is.
That's what we
But
ask.
that's what I'm saying. But when a girl says nothing, it's one of those things where it's like you should already know what the problem is.
See, but it's
I can't front in those times where we've had arguments and she's had taken that approach where it's like you should know what's wrong.
Yeah.
I'll
I mean, in a way, it's like you should know who I am.
I
right
know
now.
when you're with your partner, you
You
should
should
kind
know
of
who
be
they
feeling.
are, like-
But sometimes I'm really
I
like
can't read everything what's going in your mind
think
though.
that-
But it's one of those things where it's like if you care enough, you're gonna know why I'm mad or why she's mad.
No,
If
no,
I
no.
care-
See, that
if
ain't
I
got
care
nothing. Yeah, I
enough,
can
if I
say. See, no, when
if
y'all
I
start
care
doing
enough,
that,
I'ma
you
ask
care
you and
enough,
try
you
to
should
fix
know.
it.
No, that's not
That's
true.
just how
That's
women
not
think.
true.
Women are very emotional and very like in tune with that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yes.
Guys aren't. So like they're very straightforward with things. Like they're gonna ask you whether like to like them it's gonna be like oh like you're actually just asking because you care. But then again it's just gonna be like to them it's gonna be like okay well why you asking?
Well,
You should know what the thing is.
You know what? I gotta say this though. Why is it that every time you try and have a conversation or we try and have a conversation with each other? I'm not saying from my situation, but it seems like a general consensus is there's some type of. It could start with a simple conversation of I didn't like this. Why didn't you like that? Because of X, Y, and Z. Then, for some reason, out of just that conversation, it goes somewhere completely different. Why do y'all do that?
like
What's it? Give an example.
like bring
All
up
right,
different
you know
issues.
what? Oh,
within the issue?
yeah. Because I'm not
Because-
generalizing,
because
but I
women-
think
'cause
most
they probably
women would do that.
bottled it up. They probably didn't want to argue about it. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
But like maybe it's just things that maybe they thought about it like right then and there. Like, oh, I want.
I can really say because women, y'all know how to
About it.
string something and stack. Y'all will
That's
string
true.
something and stack everything.
is true.
Be mad at me for not taking out the trash. Okay, cool.
and that turns into
But you know
now
what?
taking out the trash
Actually,
turns into something whole different.
Where were you when we were supposed to go to Keisha's baby shower? I was the only one without a man there, and you wasn't there. And that was back in November. So where were you actually? It turns into stuff like that. Why y'all do
I
that?
can't answer that question.
No, Bert, you keep tabs.
Yeah,
Stop
you
it.
keep-
I can really
you
say
keep
stop it.
tabs.
You keep tabs.
Women
That
All y'all-
seems like a
precisely
personal
They know how to
stuff
keep
to
tabs.
ask.
You get what I'm ready to
They
say.
keep tabs on stuff.
Y'all
They'll bring
got
something up from the
y'all got
past.
files.
I mean, sometimes for me, like I try not to do that. Like I try to talk about it like right then and there. If something's bothering me, I try to say it right then and there. But then again, it backfires on me because sometimes like it comes off as aggressive. But it's just like I'm just saying how I feel. But like I know some guys take it as oh she's just talking about it like she's just like being dramatic or just talking about it like. And that's like the issue of like saying it like right then and there because it's like you don't want to argue all the time.
Right.
And that's why like and that's hard for me too like talking to guys it's just like I like to talk about things right then and there I don't like holding things in just to make it better for a little bit like I want to talk about it right then and there and fix it but it comes off as being dramatic and aggressive so
Okay.
sometimes women just don't say anything they just let it bottle in sometimes because they don't want to start any drama or anything like that that's just how I feel and it sucks too because it's like I'm just trying to communicate.
It's a lot that's different, and that's the whole thing with I'm not even gonna call it arguments when you're just having grown conversations about a
Yeah.
serious situation.
Yeah,
You
'cause-
go ahead and it's like women are allowed to, and this is society. I think they put a stigma on this. So women are allowed to go ahead and be loud, be angry, show emotion. But as soon as we get loud and all aggressive and everything, it's why are you mistreating me? Why are you doing it? It's like we have to be so conservative. Like we really have to be able to control
Dude,
no matter
think,
what.
I think it's maybe because guys' aggression is aggression. Like when a guy gets aggressive, it's like a masculine. It's like not scary, but it's very like aggressive. Like so when a guy bucks back, it's like oh shit, you know.
Okay.
And
Okay,
if a
yeah,
girl does it, it's looked at as just like oh what she's being a girl, she's being like like not feminine, but just like.
So that means they give him a pass though. That's
No.
what I'm saying. That's
I mean,
Well, Ma, we don't
no,
really
I'm just
give too
saying
many
that's just the
passes out for
stigma
women
of
as
it.
it
It's
is. So I
just
mean,
how it
you
is.
got. I'll give. Yeah, you have to give him that one, Miles.
I give it to them, but
Yeah.
it's just like.
Because think about you getting mad and think about
No, I do.
You
I
know
can,
what I mean?
I can
It's
see
like,
that. Yeah, if I got mad, it probably
a whole
be
different thing.
Yeah,
different thing.
it's
But
a
at
different
the-
kind of
She just
energy.
feeling emotional at the
Like
time.
for example,
Yeah.
like my parents, with my mom.
Hold up. I'm sorry, bro. Why you think I'm sorry, to rationalize what I'll do when we get mad at each other. Why you think I'm most of the time like, nah, she bugging. I'll stay away for a moment because I don't want two negative energies going back and forth. So that's me
But maybe,
trying to rationalize
maybe
it.
communicate that when I do that. That's why I do.
Oh
that.
yeah, we've
She
talked
understands.
about it. She don't like it. We've talked about that. So it is what it is. I'm just saying.
But anyways, back to what I was saying with my mom, like, and my dad. Like, when my mom got angry, like, me and my brother would laugh about it because it's just like when your mom gets angry, it's just like you don't take it seriously enough. That's just how we were growing up. No. I mean,
I know, it
for me.
depends, yeah.
But then when my dad got mad,
Everybody
Everyone was
ran
just
through
like-
the house like, yo.
It's a
like
serious
like
thing.
I mean,
you
yeah.
got scared because like the level of aggression for a male and a female is so different. I mean, you do have moms who are more aggressive than the dad, like vice versa. Like, but when a man gets mad, it's like a whole different thing.
The energy's different.
The energy's different.
Yeah.
I guess I can go with that.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this then. Also, for the what we deal with in relationships, when it comes to, because we live in the era of social media is taking over everything.
Oh, please. Yeah.
I'm not
Go
the
into
type
this,
to really
Miles.
be doing the whole Women Crush Wednesdays
Go into
or
it, Miles.
posting I may post a birthday pic of you, but I'm not big on
Yeah,
like
you don't
I
really
said.
show your girl on your
Go-
Instagram.
yeah.
I don't, and
You-
I only
why?
have one thing. Because my thing is this: If
Girls
I
want to
go-
feel appreciated.
And here's
No,
my
wait a
thing.
minute.
No,
Hold
no,
up.
perfect. Can't
Yeah,
shit.
I can ready shit. Go get her. Go get her, Miles.
Let me
Go
handle
get
this.
her, man.
So you want to feel appreciated? I take you out in public and show you off to the
But,
world,
Talk,
and
Miles.
you
have to-
want
you have
to-
me to
Talk,
go on a
Miles, listen.
virtual site.
Miles, listen. Social media is the new norm now. It's what is the world
No.
of the world right now. So like, it plays a pivotal part, whether you want to realize it or not, want to accept it or not. It plays a pivotal part in your life.
Without question.
So like, your life it's gonna reflect your social media. So like, if you don't post your girl, like people are gonna be like, okay, people are gonna think that because like, like maybe you don't care what people think, but like maybe she does or whatever. But like, social media is such a huge part of everybody's life. So if
Yeah.
you're not active on it like that, and like showing off your girl, like to her it might seem like, oh, like I'm not being appreciated, but like you see other guys doing it too on there, like you know.
That's their
But-
relationship.
but hold
But,
up.
but
Hold up.
like you have to realize though, like that's probably why she's maybe a little bit mad about it.
No,
It's just,
I
like,
gotta say this,
appreciate it.
Miles, because
Is she mad about
because
it, or, like-
I gotta say this.
No, she's not mad about it. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just asking an in general question. Remember, this does not really pertain so far to me.
Because if I went on your profile, I would think that you're single.
And that's
Wait,
okay. Now the only
but social media should not validate
I know.
anybody's relationship.
It shouldn't, but
It shouldn't do
is.
that.
But it does. It's the way of the world.
It shouldn't. Even though it does, that means you already got a gap in it. To me, if that is one way of validating your relationship,
It is a way of validating.
I'm not on
relationship.
her social media.
I can really
But
say.
I'm just saying whether she pushes you or not. But that's just like
So wait a minute, hold up, bro. So
look of it, like the aesthetic of it.
Before we had this stuff, what validated a relationship? Before we had social media, what validated it?
Faithfulness.
no. But listen, I'm not saying it because I do it. Obviously, I don't post no guy. You can go on my Instagram. I post no guys, whether I'm dating them or not. On my Instagram, it's about me. That's personally, but I'm just saying I'm giving a different perspective of like
Oh,
maybe
I hear
that's
you.
why.
Of like of some females
I
that
don't post
might be
nothing on my
mad.
social media.
I'm just, or
you will never know who I'm dating.
Miles and I are just putting out there like, yo, respectfully, in our opinion, that should not validate your relationship. Whatever
all.
your social media status, anything or anything that you do on social media,
But it
should not
helps.
validate your.
with other people to know what
okay.
they're doing.
Yeah,
But that's what women
helps.
tell me, like, oh, by your page it looks like you're single. Okay, even though I do have a picture of
Post,
my
like,
girl
one
on one
picture,
thing.
maybe.
I have a thing when we went on
No,
the
yeah, but she was not.
we went to the
listen, I saw that too. She's not the main
Bethune Cookman
thing.
and
You have to,
FAMU
you have
game,
to,
the
you have to
classic.
scroll
Before the
over
classic,
to see her, but like post one picture of her, and that keep it like that, and that's it. Keep it moving.
But why? But here's my thing. Period. Why should I have to do that though?
I'm not saying you don't have to. I'm just saying if you want to do that, like just post one picture. Like,
But
that's
You
it.
know what? You know what? Actually, let me say this, bro, because everything has a push and pull. So when you do post your significant other on Instagram, and let's be honest, you do have females or even guys that look and be like, oh yeah, I might want that, or oh, I might want to take you from her, or whatever the case may
Well,
be.
it shouldn't be
You
like
have-
that.
no, it shouldn't be like that. Just like how it shouldn't.
But
it's-
if your relationship is secure and it's real, it's not gonna make a difference.
That's what we're saying with
So I
social
shouldn't
media.
post that
If
video.
you're
It's different if it's secure.
if you're secure in
Exactly.
your
So if
relationship,
you post it, it's not gonna be. It shouldn't be a big deal, right?
well, if you don't, it shouldn't be a
I
big
see
deal
what you
either.
did there.
No,
No.
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 Yeah, she might have done that, but if you don't, it shouldn't be a big deal either. Either or, it
No,
shouldn't matter.
I totally agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either or, if you want to
But
post it,
I'm just saying,
cool.
if you do post it, it wouldn't be a bad thing.
All
To
right.
let people know that you're unavailable.
Okay.
Because
Okay. I get that.
Okay,
if
I
you think
see
about it,
that.
it's like you'll have girls sliding your DMs, and if your girl sees that, she's gonna be like, what's going on? So
Well, they slide in.
Regardless.
I know, but I'm just saying, but it helps. It just like prevents that tension, like that conflict that you could have in the future. Like just posting that one photo will be like, I'm taken. Like you can try it, but it's not gonna happen. You know, like at least post something.
I think social media plays a little bit too big a part in people's
It
lives
does, and
to where it
that's what
affects their
ruins
relationships
relationships.
like
It
that.
does.
I can really say that should not ruin your relationship. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. You could be like, man, Cam, you don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I don't, but in my opinion, you should not let social media validate you
I have
at
a
all.
different question to
That's
kind
a
of like
plus.
turn it a little bit.
What?
Talking about your relationships, like even like past relationships, like what have you learned and what like learned from your past relationships to bring you into your new one to make you a better person? Like have you learned anything, like different things on how to deal with issues, or like what have you learned?
I used to be big on. Sometimes I acted right away, like without thinking. I've learned now. Let me process and think. If I do this, or if I say this, or if I walk out this way, how will actions take place later? So I start to now think now before I speak. I try to think now
okay.
before I do now
I see
with
what you mean.
my significant other. That's what I try to do now more. Because I was big on just, you know what, I'm just going to say what came to my mind right now, because that's what we're talking about. It may come out to her wrong, but I never was the type to call a woman out her name at all. But it's
No,
just, I would just act how I act right away. But now, like, I take like time to think, okay, how could this affect her or our relationship together?
That's good.
Okay.
What about you?
Mistakes that I've done in the past and
Yeah,
incorrect.
like what have you learned like from your previous, like say like your last ex?
I
Like, what have
learned
you learned from that relationship where you're gonna change in your current one?
to take things slow when you first starting out. Sometimes I think I rushed into a relationship, but you actually gotta you should be dating that person, I think, before you hop into a relationship, because I didn't had too many rush things happen. So that's what I took with me now. I don't know. Well, I am learning stuff right now as I'm going.
Oh,
but
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, to apply it to something else, I can't say that because I'm just learning as is right now. But yeah, going into this one, not rushing anything, taking my time going into it.
Do you guys have like double standards in your relationships, like struggles of like
Yeah,
where
well,
it's like I can do this but you can't do this, or like vice versa? Like do
Oh,
you
no.
struggle with that?
oh no. I tell her all the time, like, she hates it. I can't basically, if I go out with the boys, even if she's not there. First of all, I would never have a woman dance with another woman if we're together. I'm just with you.
Yeah.
But even if I'm with the guy, she doesn't want me to dance with any women at all. Even if she's not even there, it's just me and the guy somewhere else. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But with my
Makes
old
sense.
relationship, I was like, we had a mutual understanding, as in like, you can dance with other guys if I'm not there. I can dance with other girls if you're not there. But like her, you can't put your hand on his head. You can't put two hands on the
Well, y'all
floor.
had-
I can't be grabbing all on
Y'all
her
had specific
thighs.
rules up in there.
Yeah,
huh?
we had real specific because we were like, okay, we're not going to control you, but have fun. But you're not going to do nothing that makes
So
it seem like
she
it's-
wasn't like stern on your relationship. She's like, you can do whatever you want, basically.
No,
Whatever you
not
want,
that.
but like you had the
She
freedom
understood
to-
that, I'm going to go and have fun at a party atmosphere. Be a party atmosphere.
Party atmosphere,
But don't
tight.
be all like making the girl feel like you want to take her home or something. And same thing for the guy.
Interesting.
We just had a mutual understanding because we knew who we were to each other. But if we were in the same room together, we're not dancing with nobody, just each other.
That's true. But
But-
what happens though?
What do you
if
mean?
on one night you go out and you're
Maybe
not
that's
with
why
her,
she's your ex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Well,
that's a whole different story. Why she's my ex. That's a whole different story.
I'm going to say, what happens if
You-
one night you go out and those rules that you have, you feel like shouldn't apply because you done seen somebody that you really, really want to go after. So what happens when?
And here's the thing. That's where every woman is different. When you're in dating, you got to date someone first, take it slow. You got to understand. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe with my ex, we had a mutual understanding. But with my current woman, there's some things I cannot do. So no matter how bad I would want to, I feel like it's not going to hurt nobody because this is how I feel. And I wouldn't care if she did it. I still can't do it because I have to respect her wishes.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to totally agree with you.
That's
I'm gonna have
just
to totally
it.
agree with you.
That's all I have to do with it.
What about you?
I'm all about peace.
I'm all about peace.
Because I really feel like I always say to myself, I'm like, yo, I really don't want to argue with a woman. I think y'all are really beautiful creatures. Not kissing up or nothing like that, but
No,
I
they're
think
amazing.
y'all are beautiful creatures. So
They're
I don't want to. I just want to be peaceful with y'all
no.
as much as possible. So that's the way I try and go into it. Do it always work out like that? Hell no. But I try to remain peaceful at all costs.
So like, just say your girl was texting another guy.
See,
Would you get mad, or if vice versa, if you texted another girl, would she get mad?
she actually. What do you mean by text other
Like
guys,
just
other
like
girl? Like,
no, it could be like it
I
could
mean,
be like,
just regular
like a
texting.
friendly. Like I know some people like just like if a guy texts a girl something like platonic, just very like platonic, a girl will get mad.
Oh
We're just
no,
like,
mine.
like what do you do? Like,
That's true.
You know,
No, mine. Fortunately, mine is not like that. Like I said, I've had people or girls and hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm cool. But I keep it within respects. I keep it short. Everything is short, and
so
just
she
like
wouldn't get mad and you wouldn't get mad.
no, not right now.
Not right now. Not right now.
Not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah, because I mean, you keep it short, Miles. With anything like that, I feel like in respects of your relationship, because I can't tell her who she can and can't talk to. I can't do that, and she can't do that to me either. But what you can do is be respectful when
Yes.
you are, speaking outside of your relationship. Like, oh, this person tried to talk to me, and it seemed like it was carrying over, so I cut it off. Like, I gave a shoulder, like, oh yeah, well that's good. I'm actually catching up with my girl or whatever. I'm catching up with so and so. I'll holler at you. I'll see you when I see you. You want to keep it short but cordial. I'm all about cordial.
Now, bro, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You may be single, but you've been in a relationship before, right?
Relationship, situationship. I've never been like a
Situationship.
long term.
Oh, situationship, that's
long
Wait, hold on.
term.
What's been your longest relationship then?
Honestly, I haven't had. I'm very like strict on my relationship. Not strict, but very like I know what I
strict.
want. I'm very strict. So it's like it's not like a probation period, but it's like one of those things where it's like not like
You got a probation.
got a 90-day rule?
No,
Oh,
it's not
snap.
90 days. But it's just like I feel like after a certain time, like if it's not going to work out, I'm not going to pursue it just because I want to be in a relationship.
How many days?
There's no time. It can
You
be.
just
it,
said a
it could be
probation
like
period.
6 months.
Oh, so that's it.
Like
6 months?
3 months, 4
Okay.
months, 5 months, 8. Like it just depends. Like I don't want to prolongate a relationship if I know it's not going to go anywhere. I know because like I don't know.
So do you put a time on?
I don't put a time on it. It's just when
Well-
when I get to a point where it's like okay, this is not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to lead them on, or I don't want to like waste my time with in a relationship if it's not going to go anywhere. If it's not worth fighting for, like if I'm not, I feel like you could tell if you want to be with someone right off the bat, or just like through a certain time.
Yeah, but sometimes I think I know what you're saying.
That's just how I am.
I think I know what you're saying. Some people actually try and approach it like that, but when you got feelings involved and other things start happening, you could have possibly met this individual's family and stuff like that. Some people carry it along because they're like, oh man, this person's kind of cool, thinking that they can start to like them.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't
And
want to even
then-
like deal with that because like my life is so hectic right now in general. So it's like if I want to stop my life, because like when I get into a relationship, I'm on lock. I don't want to stop my life for someone if it's not going to go anywhere. Especially because I know like where I want to go within my life and where I want to like what I wanted to achieve. So like if it's not taking me anywhere or like growing with me or like on the same page, it's so hard for me to find a guy who's on my same level, like of like thinking and just wanting to like I haven't like really been with a guy who's like where I feel like okay we're both getting it and like he's secure, I'm secure. Like we're in a mutual understanding. Like let's just grow together. I haven't had that yet, so it's like I'm not gonna stop until I find that. I'm not gonna, prolongate a relationship if it's not gonna end in that, or if it's not leading to that, or whatever. I feel like that's just how I am.
I feel that. But let me ask you this then, and you can definitely answer this still.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of times the world we have a problem with when it comes to relationships is if someone did do something wrong, forgiveness. I feel like a lot of people are willing to call it quits quick nowadays.
true.
Depending on what
depends on
what
what it is.
happens.
Of course it depends on
I
what
can
it
really
is.
say because
I've given guys second chances,
from what
third
though?
chances.
From what?
It's just like I'm not gonna discuss. Just like from like
Women will give you chances.
I-
If they
I-
really
I
love
mean-
you, they will give you
I
a
mean,
chance.
well, I mean, like I said, it depends. Depending on
it depends.
depending on the
Like,
circumstance.
It just depends on how it was in the situation. But like I have given guys a second chance. But like that third chance, like if I give you that third chance, I must really like you. But like it doesn't after second chance, I'm like kind of like over it.
What are some of the chances that you've given?
Oh gosh, I don't get
Some
into
examples.
What do you mean the chances you given?
it. Like specific
The
thing.
the chances, mild. Yeah, the specific. Let's say if a guy did something, what was it specific that he did where you were like, okay, I can give a chance for that? What qualified him to
like
have a
to,
chance?
to like have a chance.
Yeah, the situation. What was the situation?
I feel like when I gave this person a chance, it was like one of those things where I can see the change in him.
Mhm.
Like our conversations were different.
Okay.
Like he was definitely progressed into a different mindset. You could tell he was trying to like change the way he was changing.
Mhm.
So I was like, you know what? Like I respect that, and I'll give him another chance. And then if it obviously,
Actions speak louder than words,
yeah.
basically.
So
True. Well,
and then I mean I'm so cool with every person that I've talked to. Like we just came to an agreement where it's just not going to work.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that was the chance that you gave. When you mean him turning into something, it was like he was doing something very different than what you had first.
Yeah, it was more of like a maturity thing.
Okay,
Because I saw
gotcha.
that in that person. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe you have changed. I'll give you a chance. Because like every guy that I have like talked to, like they're dope people. Like as a person, like they're dope. But maybe like in a relationship, they're not, up to par.
You know what?
Which makes it tricky too, because it's just like you're a dope person, but it's just like the relationship isn't there. It's like, what do you do? You know?
That needs to be said too. Actually, there are some cases where there's two people who are genuinely good people, but they just don't fit in a
it's just
relationship. That's okay.
When you
That's
form
all
a
right.
connection with somebody, even like on a friendship level, you form that connection and you have that great bond with somebody. It's just like I don't want to give that up, but then again, it's just like, is it worth it? And
Yeah. You really say.
you have to be mature enough to be like, okay, like you do you, I do me, blah blah blah. But I feel like for me, even like I've had guys who just like don't date, and it's like
That's happening a lot
you
nowadays.
know, and it's just like if
Don't
you
date.
can't,
Oh, you mean like take you out?
if you can't take me out on a date, I'm not gonna I'll like entertain it, like be friends with you, like whatever, text back and forth. But like if you don't take me out on a date and date me, I'm not gonna even like.
I think some get caught up in complacency.
Oh, let's just hang
yes.
I
out
can
or
really
whatever.
say they
Like
just
it's just,
let's just meet up
no.
at the crib and do
That's
something.
not-
Yeah, I can
no,
really say you.
Not even
no.
that. It's just like
They don't do nothing.
Yeah.
You got to do something. Yeah,
like-
at least go downtown, ride
Keep it
some bikes or
interesting.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
can really
need to
say.
ride some bikes.
keep it
Yeah, do
romantic.
something,
Girls
like, come
still
on,
want,
yo.
Yeah, I might come off as aggressive or like independent to some whatever, but like I still want to be romanced and like love, like So it's like when
Yeah,
guys
no,
don't do that, I'm just like,
definitely.
okay.
What
like,
does they say?
I'll
Treat the girl like you're still trying to come. Like you're trying to.
even
win her.
Yeah,
I'm planning.
like-
We've already planned a trip to SeaWorld. Like
Yeah,
like
some
little
weekend. So
thoughtful
stuff
things.
like that you
Stuff
have
like
to do.
that.
Yeah.
That
we
I
got
talk
plans for
to.
Disney World and New Orleans. We definitely got to hit
Oh,
up.
so y'all supposed to be fancy, huh?
Oh,
'Cause
we
y'all going to
we
Disney
both
World
never
in
been to New Orleans,
Huh.
and we just want to revisit Disney World because it's been a long time. So
That's cute.
we at least
I'm
have
messing
things
with you.
planned
No, I feel.
ahead
That's
of
good.
time.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like
But even like
we,
little
we
things
doing
like
our
going out to
thing like
dinner
that.
or like
Oh, yeah,
going out
absolutely.
Yeah,
shit
no,
like
that
We got
always works.
Valentine's Day, we went to Studio Grill, watched the movie, and ate at the theater.
Oh, that's
That's
actually
cute.
what we
Yeah,
were
so
doing.
that was.
What y'all go see the photograph?
No. Oh no.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see?
no, why you saying
Harley
like
Quinn
that?
because she loves like
Harley
that.
Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Look,
Oh,
I
yeah,
heard
yeah, I
that
heard.
that didn't do too well.
If you like DC and you like Harley Quinn's personality, you will like the movie.
Okay, yeah, if
That's
you're
how
like a
I
fan,
feel like.
fan.
Yeah, if you're a fan of her, you'll
Okay,
like the movie.
all right.
I never really got into
It
that.
is
I agree with
everywhere,
you.
but
I heard box office numbers were
yeah, they
not
were
good.
Kinda like okay,
yeah.
but
Interesting.
another thing, and that's what it goes almost like real quick
Yeah, go ahead.
before we end off, like keeping your relationship private from people because you don't want too many people in your like in your relationship. You know how women may have sometimes their girlfriends like, why are you doing this? Are they keeping an eye on you and something like that? Do you get what I'm saying?
That kind of happens
yeah.
through social media.
Well, yeah, but
I'm
sometimes
telling
just
you,
don't let people
I
in
know
your
for a fact.
relationship.
Yeah, but that
I have a story.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we're just friends, and obviously we have like mutual friends. So like my close friends, I would tell them like just like little things, like like we hung out once or just something. But I never said that we were. I said we were just friends, just something like that. And then like it turned into like something that everyone just started talking. And it's just like, yeah, we were all in the same friend group, but it was just like it turned into something that shouldn't have happened. And like obviously like we're not even friends anymore. And like it just
See.
Yeah,
just
see, you
ruined
can't
the
you can't let
whole
stuff like that
thing.
go.
Like-
Yeah, it gets awkward.
like one comment, like one small comment. It wasn't even a big comment, turned into something like so big. And it's just like it wasn't even like.
it got awkward.
So it just like it made me like not want to tell anyone anything anymore. It's like I confided into someone, and then it just turned into like.
No, but you gotta have privacy in your relationship, like you said,
do.
and that
and that's
to
a
me.
lesson that I've learned. Just to
Yeah.
not say anything, or just say it to the right people, or say it to people who don't know y'all.
That to me stems back to social media, man. That's a form of privacy because when you post stuff on social media, let's say, because you know, I'm sorry, I got to jump back in on something real quick. There's this culture of people taking memes of other couples on the beach or somewhere in a hotel that's nice, and they're like, relationship goals.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's
We
like,
hear
it's like
you.
they didn't ask you.
Yeah,
to
like
post
we
it.
hear you and we see that you want those relationship goals. But when you get into your relationships, how many of y'all are really trying to make that happen? Stop doing that. If you ain't gonna be real about it, like
That is
it's
so
a
true.
dream. I mean, it's
That's
something
a
to
big
aspire
truth.
for. But I mean, like
Big
that hypes this culture up of like, yeah, if I get a man, we should be trying to aim to do that. No. If you get a man or if you get a woman, you should be aiming to do whatever y'all are gonna do. Just y'all two, not what social media is posting.
I've been guilty of that because like I see couples like Sierra and like Russell Wilson and like
Oh, y'all
things
look-
like
look
that.
at that.
Don't look.
Y'all
You
look
know,
at
so
that.
it's like
Hey, listen,
I'll
don't get me wrong.
like I'll post like a little
Yeah.
video and I'm just like that's so cute.
Don't
Like,
get me wrong. That's
they're
fine.
goals.
That's fine. I have, you know, if you're like, oh, you know, this is what I want. I'm not gonna lie to you. 9 out of 10 of us will not have a relationship like that.
That's true.
I'm so sorry to tell you. I know it hurts. Don't look at me
Yeah.
like that.
No,
America.
Sierra, Russell
It
Wilson, and
hurts, but-
Aisha Curry and Steph Curry. They're like my top.
Yeah, like I mean, we would love to have a relationship like that, but you have to.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
relationship is personalized
Part
for
3.
you. Yeah, it's just personalized for you. You and that other individual. Keep it like that.
And that right there, I feel like is a great way to close it off right there.
Yeah.
What you and your significant other is just for you. Communication, faithfulness, but
What's that
also
song?
whatever works with y'all
What's
too.
that song? Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
That's what that means.
That's it. On that note, episode 3, we're gonna
Yes,
conclude
sir.
it. It's your boy Miles,
Yeah, it's Brooke.
Cam.
and we got a culture check.
Check,
See y'all
check.
next time.
Yes, sir.
Bye.